The experience was just like nothing that I could have ever have imagined it would be like.
It's like in an instant, everything changes.
The feeling when you lose a loved one is devastating. You realize the meaning of this devastating loss, the meaning of eternity.
Aside from the sadness that I feel, I think the probably the next biggest problem is just loneliness and isolation.
After 53 and a half years of life together, I wondered where the rest of my life would go.
You don't have the opportunity for that one last kiss, that one last chance to say goodbye. You know, that's it, it's over. And it doesn't go away instantly. You know you have to go on, but you don't know how to do it.
So then I was faced with, where do you go from here?
I was surrounded by darkness and loneliness, and I sought refuge in wanting to speak to other people who had gone through the same experience.
My life changed from a need for caregiver support groups where my wife had Alzheimer's to widowers support group after her death.
So I called the local hospice and on Martha's Vineyard to see if there was a group functioning that I could go to and talk about the way I felt, which was really quite bereft.
And they had a bereavement group that was for both genders, male and female. And I attended that, but I was the only male at those sessions.
And that was the genesis in the spring of 2009 of the men's bereavement group on Martha's Vineyard, which has subsequently morphed into the National Widowers Organization.
And what I found from attending this group is that it was much easier to talk. We're sort of on the same page. I could talk to anybody. You could really kind of share your feelings more with guys.
The group has been very helpful. It cleared up a lot of questions I had.
And if you've lost the person who you could talk most to before, this is a good route to go for many. It certainly was for me.
So it's very important for me, and I would imagine for anybody in this position, to do what they can to connect and to reconnect with people.
To seek help wherever you can find it. In my own case, faith, family, and friends are where I look first.
But that feeling of being able to talk about it with men and to know that you weren't the only one that had these feelings, that they were all experiencing the same thing, was important. And it certainly helped with the ability to move on.
Well, moving forward is always a problem, but you have to do that. So.
The purpose of the group is to help people heal and move on with their lives.
Once you get started in these support groups, it's quickly evident that there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. I developed a feeling of camaraderie with the group.
And what we get from joining this group and attending regularly is friendships, number one. Number two, understanding of the dynamics of bereavement and loss of life. And third, it's a safety net.
Just the feeling of knowing somebody else has gone through it, and the feeling that you're not the only one that's experienced these feelings, even though it seems like common sense that you should understand that. It isn't. Just knowing other people and sharing those experiences really help you.
I felt a little less under the heavy cloud that was over my head.
And it has been wonderful for me. This has been a way for me to assuage my grief.
And we get to the point where you want to give back to the group by attending the meetings for new members that are just experiencing the bereavement, so they understand that, again, that they're not alone.
And when you have a new person, you know, you hear that person out, and you hope that you're somewhat a guide for that person, that you show them that you do survive this, and you do go on.
It makes me feel as though that, you know, I'm providing some sort of relief equal to the relief that was provided for me.
The group has helped us work through our new relationships where there are all kinds of complications with families, with sons, with daughters-in-law.
It's once a person accepts that bad things happen and you get hurt and there's pain, then you just can hopefully accept that and focus on the happy joy part.
I still feel a kind of emptiness, certainly much more aware of the fact how quickly things can change.
Just to be open to these little incidental events, opportunities that come up.
But I think you just have to get up and start again in life, and open your heart.
Cherish the good memories that you had from your 45 years of 65 or whatever the years of marriage were, and then move on and start a relationship with a new woman and start from scratch and start to love all over again.
I guess kind of just live a day to day and try to appreciate things around me.
Fortunately, my life is full in that on June 26th, my first great-grandchild was born, being a great-grandson. And on September 15th, 2012, my second grandchild will marry 56 years to the day after my wife and I were married. So, you lose and you gain.
The future is bright. We're all happy to be alive and lucky to be healthy. And so all of our widowers really should live life to its fullest while you have the opportunity.